My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Okay, so we're done with royals, right? Yes, we are. Alright, so there's this video here. It's 5 minutes and 34 seconds, and I'm already an hour, literally an hour right now. Palestine, Israel. Man reveals how his viewpoint on Palestine, Israel has changed. Quote, I will never vote for another politician under any circumstances who support the funding of Israel. But guess what? Even the GOP is not talking about it now. And the US, the Republicans, they're doing this mess in the House of Representatives to keep people distracted into that. To say, look, we're not about the Palestinian or Israel war or anything like that. Okay, this is a way to distract you. But you think if you vote for a GOP, you think they're not going to continue the same thing? People need to understand that. And I explained on my community board, maybe a day or so, that when a plane is going down, the first thing they ask you to do is put a mask on yourself, right? Then, once you secure yourself first, then you could help someone next to you or around you, okay? But right now, Biden is the right person right now for the United States when it comes to U.S. politics only. And then after 2024 election, you could think of world views. Okay, as sad as it is to see innocent people dying, you need to take care of yourself, because eventually, if you don't vote the right way, what's happening over there in the Middle East and Ukraine and all of that can easily happen over here, because this is what those people are aiming for. What is it? You have Trump talking about bombing people left and right, and he's willing to use certain action against its citizen and all of that. What is it? Project 2025. You need to look into it, because it seems like they want to change the rules. Okay, people are catching up onto them, so they want to change the rule. That's the way it's always been. They do their nonsense. They enjoy the laws, the everything. They use it to their full advantage. Now that people's catching on to them, now they want to change the rule. This is what the Republicans are doing right now, or they're aiming to do. So if you think Biden is not the right person, you think the GOP who's not talking about it, you are on big awakening. Just look at past president, all of them, GOPs, Republicans, you name it. Okay, they all do the same thing. So now that people's catching on to him, okay, vote for Biden, and then eventually he'll change his tune. Okay, but let's listen to this. 5 minutes and 34 seconds.
Israel and the United States have already lost this war. And let me tell you what I mean. And I'm just going to be brutally fucking honest with you. All right, I don't mean to offend anybody, but I'm just going to be brutally fucking honest with you. Before this situation happened, my opinion of the Israel versus Palestine issue is that Israel was the good guys and everybody was trying to kill them. And they were surrounded by a bunch of Arab terrorists in all these different countries. And the people in Gaza and the West Bank were mostly terrorists, Muslim terrorists, who just wanted to kill all the Jewish people. Or they were protecting terrorists, one or the other. Okay,
that was his mindset.
That was my knowledge.
Exactly.
That has what has been fed to me in the United States of America for the 54 years of my life.
Okay, the thing is that too many white people, when black Americans are telling you this is what's happening, because you didn't experience it, you fail to see what we're trying to warn you about. This has been going on for a very long time, but I'm glad you're awakening. But here, you're gonna wrap yourself in another nut or another pretzel Now, if you let the GOP in, okay, get full control of the House, the Senate, and then the White House, this is another 50, if not 200 years of getting out of the nonsense they're gonna put you into. Okay, so I'm glad you're awakening. You see what's happening, but the thing is, the GOP is not the answer for what's going on right now. You're just gonna put yourself in a more mess and be more blind and another level of things. But one thing for sure, I'm glad you're awakening. And then I think Israel have overplayed their cards. They overplay their cards. They try. And I was like, the minute the war started, everybody was, the majority, the mainstream media talking about it. And I'm like, no, I didn't share these things with you. I saw how they were instigating for that moment. They instigated that. These people are playing with people's lives. They're playing with people's life, because in January, February, when the Ukraine-Russia thing was going on, Israel was instigating. You have people that, I don't know whether it's Israel or whatever, they were going to the West Bank, harassing people on the street, breaking their storefront, do all of that. I didn't share them with you, but I saw them. And then now the war is happening. I'm like, what? I mean, I'm not saying what they did is good, because they're still attacking innocent people, but at some point they have to fight back. Just hope you're not in the middle of it, that's all. But I'm sorry, you're too late. Well, it's never too late. Let's just say that. It's never too late. Glad you see the light. But let's continue.
Now, I have educated myself on the situation. I know about the Nakba and Tantura. I know about the Israeli PR firm of Hasbara. I mean, I've now started to educate myself on this stuff. I've said to myself, well, why is all this happening? And so I learned about the 1953 CIA coup toppling the government of Iran, and then how that sparked the Iranian Revolution in 1979, which basically that it was the foundation of terror as we know it in the Middle East, right? We've learned about all of these things.
And this is why the U.S. don't want to teach history of other countries. It's not even the American history that truly should be taught. They're not teaching this. They don't want you to know about this. And it's people who said it's important for you to know these things, who's writing those books, and what they're doing now. They don't want to put them in the schools. They don't want people to learn about them in school. They're removing books here and there and all of that. So you are on another level of things. If you think GOP is gonna do something better, this is another level of thing. I'm repeating myself here. Okay? So they put you in that box to believe this. Meanwhile, the people who are experiencing it, and I have to give it props, and may God bless their soul, those young people who have died tragically, the Palestinian who took it upon themselves, used their cell phone to put the information out there, and some have lost their lives, others I don't know. Okay, so with these information that were going out there, these are the things that helped me to debunk the nonsense that the mainstream media was saying. Okay, I'm glad this man learn about all of these things. They're very important. They all add up. But we need to remember where we are now in the US. We are so close to debunk the BS that was going on for centuries. But now the Republican wants to change the rule. And then the chaos that's going in the House of Representatives is purposely done. It wasn't just created like that. Okay, just look at the timing. Look at the timing when Matt Gaetz did that nonsense in the House of Representatives to remove the House Speaker. Look at the timing. What was happening in the Middle East? It was perfectly planned. So they don't want, when you go to vote in 2024, you don't have the GOP talking about the Middle East. This is it. That way you could vote for them. So they have nothing to do with it. When in fact they do. They do. Okay? Remember that part.
Okay? And we've learned that the United States funds 16% of Israel's military budget. Israel, with their free healthcare for all, we give them billions and billions of dollars for bombs. We have learned so much in this conflict because the information is here in places like TikTok.
And the thing also with this is that I know some of you don't like when I stop, but this is another way for me to prevent YouTube from just thinking that I'm just slapping another video here and then to make my own content. The thing is that we need to learn as well. I feel like what they want to do in the Middle East is what happened in the US. Okay? To create another United States over there. They already messed up Iraq and some other Middle East country. So they want to take this land over and then do their own thing and move on and move on and move on. It's like they're trying to create another state, but they want to be the one who's in control it. Okay? And I think some of those leaders in the Middle East, I don't know, they always play ball with them. Well, then again, they have to do alliances, they have to do certain things. But remember, the Middle East is rich with oil. Remember that as well. So this is what they're trying to do. This is why they're funding Israel to push Israel narrative, and then eventually other Middle East countries will destroy, and then they'll have control of it, and they'll have control of those oil. Okay, so it's so much, so many layers, but they're not coming up front and tell you. Okay, you have to read between the line. As much as this guy learned all of this, he's 54 years late into it, which is good that he learned it, but there's another level of everything else. The things that I hope he sees, it's what to connect the dot. What is not being said, what is not being written, and everything else. Okay?
I hate to say this, but it's true. The only thing that is going to change this conflict is the horror of Western people like me right now that are seeing this and saying, holy fuck. But you have to understand something. We're just getting to this spot right now. And what we're seeing is that the Palestinian people have been undergoing this for 75 years. This is no different than anything else that they've gone through for 75 years. Entire generations. Okay? What's different about it this time? Westerners are finally speaking up. And unfortunately, that's the only thing the Palestinians can do to get their message out to the world, because the Zionist Israelis have a hold on the information networks and always have. That.
And I'm glad he said the Zionists, because it's not all. I feel really bad. Really, I know some people said they don't care about that, but there are innocent Jews. There are innocent Jews who fall in the middle of this. It's almost like some of the GOPs who want to take the country to another level of things. And then you in the United States, who's a bit somewhat well-minded, who's not part of this, and you fall in the middle of it. Okay, when you look at, for instance, let's say someone outside of the country is looking into the US. Okay, they don't see me, they don't see you or the GOP any different. They think of all of us as the same. Okay, but sometimes if you need to differentiate. There's a lot of Jews who's not agreeing with the nonsense that Israel is doing. Think of the Israel, the Zionists in Israel is like the GOP who wants to take the country to another level. These are the same group. And then in the UK, it's the, how do you call them? Is it Tories? I think the Tories. Okay, so these are the group who wants to shape the world, who wants to make it the same. They want to have control of it. Okay, and the other thing that I was thinking is that there's a video that I put out from what's the country, Ireland. This elected official of Ireland spoke about what was happening in Ireland. I have a video on my YouTube channel, on this channel actually, putting it out. I try to put screenshot instead of him talking. But the thing is that people are talking, and so let's continue.
That has now disappeared. And they're still trying desperately to frame the narrative on social media, but now people are seeing through it. Now we have things like TikTok where we can screenshot Israel's statements that they put out where they claim that they did bomb the hospital, and then we can see them delete them, and then we can see them come up with a new one that's this is a video, and then we can prove that the video is fake, and then we can follow everything that's happening.
That's true.
All we got to do is open our eyes and start looking, okay? And so this is what's going to happen. Israel's money is going to dry up from the United States. Right now, there's one thing that unites Democrat and Republican politicians and media in the United States, and that is the support for Israel. That's what it is. Unfucking believable that there's nothing else that Republicans and Democrats are aligned on. America is in bed with the Zionist Jewish lobby. And we see that now.
It's the GOP too. This is why the GOP is doing what's going on in the House of Representatives, creating fake chaos. They can't find a House Speaker and all of that. For what? So the American voters, don't associate them with what's going on in the Middle East. And then once they get in, you'll see their full capacity of what they could do. This is the thing. American needs to open their eyes. For perfect example, just look at past president, Democrat, Republican, all of them. Okay, they always align with the same thing. And then the other thing I was thinking on my previous pause is that when in some videos I've said, when you see people are coming at your borders, okay, you have to ask, what are they running away from? This is a perfect example, and I think the Ireland politician hit that on the nail. This is the thing we need to prevent. You don't want immigrants to come in your borders? Make sure their homeland is safe. This is the thing here. Okay? So all American needs to think about that. Keep Palestine safe so you don't have immigrants coming to your borders. But what Israel is doing, controlling the 3 points of exit and then prevent them from leaving and then bombing them in their homeland. This is what is the difference between the Holocaust and that? You tell me. Okay? Let's continue.
And we are going to dry that motherfucking funding up, let me tell you. It may seem like, we've been trying to do this for years and years and years and years, but it just never works. Yeah, it's going to work now because white people like myself are finally fucking telling the story of the Palestinian people.
Yeah.
That's what's going to fucking happen. And it's gross. It's disgusting that that's what it takes. But it's here, and we are going to fucking hold them accountable. Like, I'm telling you right now, I've made a solemn fucking promise to myself and here vocally on TikTok. I will never vote for another politician under any circumstances who supports the funding of Israel. Period.
Well, this is where you need to open your eyes. Just look at past politicians, okay, Democrats and Republicans. They've done the same thing. Now, this is what the GOP is going to get you into now. This is why they create that chaos in the House of Representatives. So you don't associate them with what's going on in Middle East. So now you go vote for them, you're back in the same boat again. Okay? You are in full awakening. You're going to be back in the same boat. This is why I said focus on American politics right now, locally and nationally in terms of the US. What is best for you? Which politician is going to make your life better? Once you find that particular politician, you vote for them. And then after the 2024, you focus on what's going on outside of the US. Because if you failed that part, you failed to put a mask on you first, you will get the same thing. You're done. Okay? You'll be more upset and all of that. So the GOP is playing the game very well. They know how to play the game. They have nothing to lose right now. So the chaos that they're creating in the House of Representatives, guess what? They have nothing to lose. They have nothing to offer the American people. So why even participate if you have nothing to offer? They're just focusing on their agenda. So mess up the thing, prevent Biden from moving forward. They have a good portion of their judge and the Supreme Court. So they're good. So now you just need to elect them again and don't associate them with Middle East, and then they'll complete their agenda. And then they'll pick up exactly where they left off and continue funding what do you call this, Israel. Okay, so this is where you should pause and look at yourself. Okay, put your mask on first before you save others.
And I'm just one guy with a small platform, but let me tell you, there's more of me and more of me and more of me, and I'm going to keep educating people, and they're going to keep educating people, and we're all going to just fucking say we will no longer vote for anybody who funds Israel. And I'm telling you, when that fucking happens, the state of Israel that you know of today will cease to exist. It will either adapt and make peace, or it will be destroyed, because they won't have any fucking money anymore. Because the only reason Israel is alive today is because of America's money. Period. That's the reality of the situation. And so how do I see this ending? Not only with a marked change in what Israel is right now, but the freedom of the Palestinian people. And then I see this influencing many, many, many other revolutions across the world, just like the American Revolution did, right? That's what's going to happen.
Okay, I'm glad he brought this up, because when you look at when President Obama, this is how good those, still the same group, the GOP, the Tories, the Zionists, and all of this, how they really focus on their agenda. When President Obama was elected president, okay, this is what was gonna happen. Okay, the revolution that was gonna happen around the world, they put a halt to it. They put a halt to it, and then the GOP did what needed to be done. Okay, they mess you up. This is another example that's going on. It's the same pattern. I hope people see it. It's the same pattern. When you see people in the Middle East were chanting for Obama, and Egypt and all of that, okay, this what was going to happen, but they quickly put a stop to it. They did the Tea Party thing that was going on. I don't know, maybe you fell for it too. This guy on TikTok, maybe he fell for the Tea Party too. Meanwhile, other people were telling you, otherwise, but hey, who knows, you're gonna fall for the same thing, and then the GOP will continue with their pattern. And I think what Israel just did is their biggest mistake. Okay, it is their biggest mistake. They open people's eyes instead of trying. Either keep what they have right now, leave the Palestinian alone, but they instigate, they will get what they want. This is what happened. When you want everything, you're gonna end up with nothing. I've said this so many times. All right, so the same pattern is continuing. When, like I said, President Obama was president, you see all the thing that was going on, people chanting on the street, and the GOP, what did they do? The GOP in the US went to work and said they will say no to everything President Obama. And President Obama only had 2 years, not 2 terms, 2 years of his goodwill, of really governing. Because that's when we had the House of Representatives, we had the Senate, and we had the presidency. Only 2 years. And then in 2010, what happened? The GOP won majority of the seats, and Democrat lose some seat. Some people know more about this more than I do. I just look at the overall pictures, things that capture my attention. Okay? And then you see what they've been doing ever since, trying to remove your health care, trying to do all of this. So the same pattern, most likely he will fall for it again, because the GOP is at work again. And I've already said it in another video that what they doing in the House of Representatives, fighting among themselves, you think they are fighting, but it's just another version of say no to everything President Obama. Okay, so they keep their nonsense going on like it's, I don't know. Alright, so whoever agreed for Matt Gaetz kind of policy to happen, okay, it's almost like what was the thing I was thinking? Oh, I forgot. But anyway, so let's finish this video. I think it's done. right?
And people are waking up, and I can't wait for it.
So I don't know. He got the right idea, but I think he's falling short for certain things. He probably gonna fall in the same gap with the GOP, because the GOP are not talking about Middle East. The GOP are not the presidency. The GOP don't have the majority of the House, so they're holding the country back, because you need, in order for certain laws to pass, okay, it needs to go to the House and then the Senate, and then the president have to sign it. So you have one of the branches is not working. So hey, everything is still at a halt. Okay? And the other thing too, if the Democrats win the White House, the House, and the majority, okay, with all three branches, what they need to do is remove the Electoral College in the US, because this is the thing that holding the country back, and the GOP are capitalizing on it. All right, so this guy most likely will fall for it again. Okay, so let's see here. Now, despite what is going on in the Middle East, Americans need to focus on US 2024 election. Middle East and Ukraine issues are another way to divide Americans. Put your safety first before you save Middle East. GOP is not in the best interest for the average Americans. Once we pass 2024, then Middle East. Okay, the way that I see it, they are doing another version of America in the Middle East. I think Israel has overplayed its card. I just can't imagine a group that dealt with Hitler and Holocaust to dare to do such thing. The West, they have some of the citizens marking Palestinians. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on to the next tweet. I think there's more. What is this? Oh. You could put as much Biden as you want right now, but as a matter of, he is the best president right now. Okay, let's see. Israel, it's very clear whether or not in Israel, the United States of America will have to invent on Israel to protect her, invest in the region. Yeah, I mean, you could, but right now, I'm sorry to say, he is the best president for us right now. So, there's more videos. What is that? Okay, 39 seconds. Let's see here.
То, что касается преследования
As for
Трампа,
the
это, конечно, для нас то, что происходит в сегодняшних условиях.
Condition, in my opinion, is good.
Почему? Потому
Why?
что это показывает
Because it
всю
shows the
гнилость
whatness
американской
American
политической
political, which
системы,
cannot
которая
pretend
не может претендовать на
to
то,
teach
чтобы
others
учить других демократии.
about
То,
democracy.
что происходит с
Everything
Трампом,
that
это
is
преследование по
happening with
политическим
Trump is the
мотивам
persecution
своего
of political rival for political reasons.
конкурента.
Nah,
Что это
nah.
такое? И
He
делает
did
это.
something wrong. There is a law. Okay, the Constitution is there. This is what we all believe in. We remember we live in a society where everyone, have different ideas, different things, but we need to respect each other's point of view. So he refused to respect people's point of view. He disrespect the law, the code that everyone should abide by in order for you to live your life the way you want, in order for me to live my life the way I want it. Okay? So he disrespected that in a global scale. So he has to be put in the position. But I have to say, he's a very smart man. Putin is a very smart man. He did his thing. I cannot prove it, but he did his thing. Alright, so let me move on. Oh my god, I'm already past more than an hour. Okay, let's finish this video. Okay, I'm going too much into this. I know I didn't finish this, but let me do this. Alright, on my last video, I talk about there's someone who wrote something about her that as if it was wrong for her to leave her marriage because the husband cheated on her. This kind of thing. So I saw this and I thought I'd share it with you. Okay, Lupita Nyongo has the face of literally goddess. Have you seen Salima Masakela? Okay, I don't know who's that. Let's check it out. I don't know who's that. Salima Oops. Let's check it out. Okay, who is that? Oh, so that's him. Okay, Salima is an American television host, sport commentator, actor, and singer, born 1971, parent. Okay. For a minute, I thought, is that the husband? Is that the one who cheated? Who is Lupita's boyfriend? Salima? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, he's not ugly, but nowhere near Lupita beauty. Yet that man still had the nerve to cheat on her. So that's what it was. Like what? Okay, so there's that. He's South African. Our men are built different. There's that. Oh my God. Oh, they come with this nonsense. Oh Lord. Okay, he fumbled big time, wishing her healing and peace, and to stay away from South African men. Nah, I would not categorize all of them, but who knows? Or at least find a good-looking one who'll distract you from his scandal with his good looks. Okay, I'm still questioning why this story hit as her new boyfriend is introduced. Why is one cheater better than another? Joshua Jackson is no upgrade. I understand they've been friends for a while and are not dating. Thank him like Jared Leto. Okay, this is a different story. I'm not fully aware. I don't follow Lupita. I know of her and I saw the story behind her, so I wanted to share. So that's that with this. Let's move on. My last video, I focus on that particular tweet, a little bit extensive. Alright, so this is completely different. This is, I didn't listen to it when I saw it, but I thought it was somewhat of a funny when I was reading some of the comments. So I'm gonna listen to that TikTok video now. Let's see here. He said, quote, "Mom, this is your man. Look at the screen." Alright, so there's the, let's see here.
I'm doing my math homework.
Okay.
Why do you have him as a husband?
I have no idea. Why do you have him as a dad?
It's
Oh,
not my fault.
oh my God, what a smart Alec.
You think he's cool?
Well, in general, no. But when he does that, just makes him non-cool.
Definitely no. Do you do that at school?
No, definitely not. I'm not gonna walk around going,
You know that's a happy family right there. Oh my God. Let's see here. Whenever my husband is corny, my son has said to me, "Good, you married him. He's the one you choose." There's the laugh. There's me laughing at it. Something my youngest will say, LOL. Okay, the mom. Okay, why do you have him as a dad? The kid, it's not my fault. The mom. Let's see, what did this one say?
You're right. When you put it like that.
Okay, let me watch it again one more time. 55 seconds.
I'm doing my math homework.
Okay.
What I'm thinking here, maybe the dad came to get the mom. He's like, "Come on, let's go play." Maybe, but if they're doing math. But let's listen.
Why do you have him as a husband?
I have no idea. Why do you have him as a dad?
It's not my fault.
Smart little kid.
You think he's cool?
Well, in general, no. But when he does that, just makes him non-cool.
Definitely no.
Believe me, it's better to have this than you hearing argument in the house. This is so much better.
You do that at school?
No, definitely not. I'm not gonna walk around going,
Oh my God, let's go to my last tweet. Okay, this is a prayer from a squatty. This is one of the squatties who inspire me to create prayers at the end of my videos. When I don't see her prayers, and I start looking, and then I went on Google to start Googling prayers. Okay, so pop to her. Okay, prayer for has Meg, Archie, Lily. The Lord bless and keep you, Harry, Megan, Archie, Lilibet, Diana, and Miss Doria. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. May the Lord bless the work of your hands and make you succeed and prosper beyond your imagination. And Jesus, amen. Okay, so pop to her. I came across her tweet, so I put it. This is the prayer for this video. Okay, so there's Harry and Megan. me again, I probably will use this image as well. Okay, the Lord is my strength and my shield, my heart trust in him, and he helps me. My heart leaps for joy, and with my song I praise him. Psalm 28:7. Okay, so this is it. Please take, okay, there's the squad saying amen, amen. Let the word of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Yes and amen. Okay, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so there's a possibility this video might be 2 parts because I'm 1 hour and 30 minutes. Alright, so that's it.